Hi, I'm Jennifer Scutchfield, the 7th District Council member. I'm here with Christy Stambaugh with the Aging Services Division of LFUCG. Christy, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, so the Office of Aging Services is here to protect the needs of our aging population in the city of Lexington. And one of the things that we do, and you serve on it, is the Senior Services Commission. And the Senior Services Commission meets the first Friday of every month at 8:30 at the Area Agency on Aging at 699 Perimeter Drive. And in this meeting, one of the committees has been looking at the city of Lexington and how can we make it more attractive and livable for the people who live here now and for those people who may choose to retire in our community.
Absolutely. What are some of the steps that you've taken to try to make Lexington an age-friendly city?
Sure. So Livable Lexington is what we're calling this new project, and the commission is very much involved in this. And we went to a summit in Nashville, and Nashville's a livable community under the AARP and the World Health Organization. And we listened to a lot of leaders from the Tennessee area and the things that they were doing. And another member from the commission, Mary Crowley-Schmidt, and I looked at each other and we said, you know what, Lexington's already doing so many of these things. We should look into this. So we had a conversation with AARP Kentucky, and they have a toolkit, and it's a magnificent toolkit that would lead and guide a city through a 3 to 5 year process to become endorsed by the World Health Organization and AARP as a livable community. So we're really excited to get this started. So we started with kind of, backing up, the commission did these community conversations 2 years ago, and it was called Ask Lexington. And what we did is we asked the community, what do we need in the city to make it better for you? What are we currently doing right? What needs to happen for it to change? And we had 333 different people providing information in these conversations, and we kind of canvassed the whole of the city. We met at the jail. We met at with pregnant teen moms. We met with many senior groups at the senior center, neighborhood associations, and we got a good feel for what they wanted. And what they wanted were safe communities, access to senior programming, transportation, and develop neighborhoods that were walkable. So these 4 elements are 4 of the things that are so important in a livable community.
Absolutely. Now, I know that Senior Services Commission, we kind of took a look at the checklist for the age-friendly communities. We had Derek Paulson and Beth Mills, who are Director of Planning and Director of Social Services, or Commissioners, to take a look at the checklist. And we stacked up pretty well.
We did. It was very impressive. So what we did is we kind of developed upon that. We initiated a conversation with AARP Kentucky. We had a first public meeting and there were about 48 people from the community. We reached out to other commissions, thinking that I happen to serve on 2 commissions, thinking I know that we're working on livable components, and I bet that there are others. So we got a pretty fair response. Then we did a public service announcement and a press release, and we got a lot more people from a variety of different places who are interested in making Lexington more livable.
Right.
The University of Kentucky has come out in spades, and they're willing to do a lot of the research and a lot of the work that we're going to need done to move forward.
Absolutely.
So what happens now is we had that first meeting, then the mayor needed to commit. And we're so lucky that the mayor and council committed to saying that we want Lexington to join the network of age-friendly communities. And that means we are now entitled to assistance from AARP Kentucky, access to resources from the World Health Organization, this toolkit that outlines everything that we need to do to achieve our goal of a livable Lexington.
Right.
So that letter was signed. We're really celebrating that now. We had another meeting 2 weeks ago, and there were 38 people, many of the same people, a few new faces. And at that meeting, what we did is we looked at the 8 domains of livability. So these are the 8 domains of a livable community. And we want our viewers, or the viewers and the residents in Lexington of all ages, to keep an eye out for this assessment. And it's kind of taking a look at that checklist, instilling some of the components in it to kind of get feedback from our city of these 8 domains, which parts of it are the most important, so that we as a group, as a committee, as the Senior Services Commission can be a little bit more guided as we develop our plans, so that we have outcomes very soon. I mean, some of the things that the community's already doing is the handicap parking citation, all of the new bike lanes that are being merged in, the Share the Road campaigns, a lot of the walkability stuff that's happening.
Well, and obviously you are aging services, but any of these things that we find on this list, they impact everybody in Lexington. They make it easier for new moms with strollers, people with disabilities. It's a little bit of everybody.
That's right. And that's one of the beauties is, while we are aging services and the Senior Services Commission, what we know is going to be good for our folks is going to be good for the community as a whole. And what we want, because Lexington's a pretty young community, I think the median age is 39, we want those people to stay in our community, and we want to make sure that they can easily stay in the community, choose to retire here, still get about, enjoy all of the amenities that the city has to offer.
Great. So how does somebody get involved? What are some links, some places they can go to let you know that they want to help you out?
Sure. So the easiest, best thing is every first Friday is to come to a Senior Services Commission meeting to get a feel for the people who are kind of the advisory group over at Livable Lexington, and that's the first Friday of every month at 8:30 at 699 Perimeter Drive. And aside from that, they could contact my office, and my number is 859-258-3806, or they could send an email. And if you go to Aging Services, eventually we will have a link on there. We don't quite yet, but we will. And then a person could make a comment, a person could suggest something. We are looking for people to serve on the subcommittees. We had 38 engaged folks, but we still have to break into these 8 domains, and each domain is going to take a whole lot of work. But spread out amongst a bunch of different interested parties, I think that we can make it happen.
Absolutely. Obviously, one of the great things that we have in the 2015 budget, and going to break ground here in the next couple of months, is the Senior Citizen Center.
Right.
How excited are we for the city of Lexington?
You know what, as part of a livable community, for the city to commit nearly $13 million for the construction of a new senior center, I think that sends a message to everybody that we care about our older people in the community, and we want to make sure that they're not isolated, that they have things to do, that there's a place that they can call their own. And so this new center is going to be 33,000 square feet. It's going to be housed at the Idle Hour Park, which is a magnificent, beautiful park, 22 acres. The senior center is going to encompass 4 of those acres. The master planning for that park is just now getting started. I think there'll be a great trail that walks through the park and a lot of amenities for the whole of the community. But at the senior center, we are going to have so many opportunities. Our current location at Nicholasville Road is just 17,000 square feet.
Increasing doubly.
Twice the size. So we'll have a designated space for classrooms. Currently we have history class, we have write your own biography, we have driver safety education, we have diabetes education. All of those things take place in rooms that also are craft rooms, that are exercise rooms, that are multi-purpose rooms. So we're going to have 2 designated spaces that are designated just for classrooms, which is great. The newest thing that we're going to be adding is a music room, because what we see and what we know is that for people to keep their mind stimulated, to help delay the onset of dementia or Alzheimer's. So there's going to be a designated music studio. We'll have a designated dance exercise class with a floating floor that'll be really gentle on all of our knees and our joints. The multi-purpose room is going to have a stage which will allow us to have small performances, talent shows, large lectures. We are just so excited that the community has really gotten behind this. The planning is beautiful.
And I know, speaking from the council's position, we have heard from the seniors in our community. This is something they really wanted. What do you think is going to be the marquee item, the newest thing that we're going to be able to add to the new senior center that we didn't have before?
You know, I think the look of the center is going to be so much more inviting. There's barely a hallway. It's all collapsible environment where people can gather. So there'll be areas in the building that are wildly lively and full of ongoing activity, and there'll be other places that are a little quieter. So we'll have a little something for everyone. At our current facility, it's always loud. There is no place to really seek a little bit of quiet privacy, to have a conversation with friends. And so I think the look of the center, the feel of the center, the cafe will be nice. The library, it is just going to be
I'm
beautiful.
excited for the city of Lexington. I think this is a great thing. Christy, I want to thank you for coming out and talking to me today about our age-friendly and touching on the Senior Citizen Center.
Thank you for having
Anything
us.
else you want to tell before we
No,
sign
but
off?
if anybody has a question about aging services in the city, please contact my office. It's 859-258-3806 or kstambaugh, STAMBAU at lexingtonky.gov.
Thank you so much.